Before I start recording this video, I just want to make a little disclaimer that I am not, this is nothing against the company, this is nothing against the reps, this is just my personal experience and my personal opinions. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something a little bit different. Today's video is a story time on the lifestyle change that nearly killed me. That sounds really dramatic. I really wish it was dramatic, but no, it is what has happened to me. I am just gonna get started and just kind of go into it. I'm probably gonna ramble a lot. This is quite recent, so it's still something that's really kind of difficult to get my head around still, but I'll do my best and I hope that you find this video interesting. On my Facebook I have seen a few people that are representing Juice Plus. So I wanted to get healthy, and the rep that I spoke to gave me a list of products. Now bear in mind that because Juice Plus is an MLM company, which is multi-level marketing, which means no matter how high up in the business you are, you're always going to be under someone unless you own it. That is basically how it works, and basically every bit of your profit, you don't get to keep all of it, it goes to different people. That's basically how MLM works. That's irrelevant. But anyway, because it is an MLM company, a lot of people will refuse to try it. I do agree. I don't like multi-level marketing or MLM, but I wanted to give this a go. Really wish I hadn't now, but what happened was I got in contact with this rep who, by the way, I just want to point out, this girl is amazing. She's so lovely. She never pushed, like, before I said I was interested, she never constantly messaged me, which a lot of people do if they are in MLM, not just with Juice Plus. There's many different companies that work under the same kind of scheme. So this girl was so lovely, and that's why I went to her. Like, if she had been really pushy before, I would have gone to someone else. The reason I didn't was because she was like, if you're interested, let me know, I'm not gonna harass you. Because that is what a lot of them do, they harass you, and I am not gonna buy from someone who harasses me. I don't walk into a shop in a shopping centre and get harassed by someone to buy it, so don't inbox me constantly, okay? Yeah, anyway, so I said to her that I just wanted to get healthy, feel a little bit better, and then that would in turn lead me to become more fit and lose weight. Now I am on the depot injection, which is the injection you have every 3 months. It's a contraceptive thing, but I have it for a different reason. And one of the side effects of that was to gain weight, and that made me self-conscious, and I didn't want to gain any more weight than I have. I definitely still feel really uncomfortable, and I've not lost any weight yet. I said to her, you know, I've gained a little bit of weight because of this injection, or I don't know whether I mentioned the injection, but I said I'd gained a bit of weight, I wanted to lose it, but, you know, I just didn't really know how. And I thought, you know, a company like this, with all of its products and the health and like the community that this company had, I thought I'd give it a go, and I thought maybe it would help me. And even though in the back of my mind I was like, it's an MLM company, it's not going to work, I kind of just wanted to try it myself and just see how I got on. But I definitely was a little bit hesitant because it's an MLM company. So yeah, so the first thing that I was signed up to were the boosters, which apparently if you take them half an hour before a meal, it's a little sachet of powder that you either mix in with water or you drink. You'll put it on your tongue and drink. Apparently if you take that half an hour before you have a meal, it fills your stomach up a little bit so that you feel fuller quicker, and therefore you don't eat as much, you don't take in as many calories, so you don't feel necessarily as guilty if you have like a chocolate cake or something. I'm gonna be honest, I tried these products. I got the boosters, and I took them half an hour before I ate. I did feel a little bit fuller, but definitely not. I definitely didn't eat 25% less. There's no way I did that. And the thing that I found with the boosters as well was the fact that I would feel hungrier quicker, because obviously I hadn't eaten as much, but my stomach was still full. But obviously because basically when the powder is mixed with the water, it turns into a gel and that lines your stomach, and that's how it works. Obviously that gel then disappears, and I found myself snacking a lot more, which is obviously not good. That's not the main issue I had. That is just how it was. But anyway, for some reason, even though the boosters weren't really working for me, I decided to buy everything else. The shakes and the capsules I decided to try. Bearing in mind, this stuff is not cheap at all. It's really not cheap. It's a lot of money. So much money. Like, how anyone affords it is quite frankly beyond me. But anyway, so I got the capsules and the shakes, and when it had all arrived, half an hour before I'd eat, I'd take the boosters. I would have the shakes as a meal replacement, and I would take the capsules. So I was definitely eating a lot healthier as well, because they give you like recipes and guilt-free things, and you're only allowed certain things, which I really hate about a diet. I didn't want to diet, I just wanted to get more healthy. And I'm sorry, but I'm still gonna have a bit of chocolate if I want it. You can't tell me what to eat and what not to eat. I'm still gonna have chocolate if I want it, and I did. No more than I usually did. In fact, I probably actually had less chocolate, but the fact that they said that I couldn't have it made me want to have it more. That's how I work. If someone tells me you can't do something or you can't have something, it makes me want to have it even more. So the fact that they told me things that I could and couldn't eat really annoyed me. That's just how I work. That's how the company does that, and that's fine. For a lot of people it works. That's fine for me. I just get really rebellious when someone tells me I can't do something, and I go and do it anyway. So that wasn't a problem. So for a few weeks I was in the routine of taking the boosters, the capsules and the shakes and whatever, and eating healthier, and but I was feeling really ill, like really ill. I don't know, I felt really lightheaded, I felt really weak, I just really didn't feel right. And the only thing that I changed was the fact that I'd incorporated Juice Plus into my life. So I just thought, well, maybe it's my body just adjusting, so I'll leave it a little while. So about a month later, I was definitely still really not feeling very well at all. So I went and I had to go to my doctor's for the depot injection. So I was talking to them about it, and obviously they weigh you every time because they are aware that it can cause weight gain. And she was saying, sort of, I said, I know I've gained a lot of weight, and I'm really struggling to get rid of it, because this Juice Plus thing, that wasn't helping. I was not losing weight at all. But that wasn't the thing that nearly killed me, obviously. So I was talking to her about it, and she said, well, what are you doing? And I said, I'm walking more. Walking more is, I kind of just did more walking because with my chronic fatigue syndrome, doing any form of exercise is extremely painful, but walking was tolerable, so I just stuck to the walking. So I said, I've increased my walking a lot. And she said, have you changed the way you eat? And I said about Juice Plus. And she's like, okay. She said, I'd like to do your blood pressure. So she did. My blood pressure was so high. So high. Like, deathly high. Deadly high. And she was like, I think it's the Juice Plus, because I was on it as well myself, and it sent my blood pressure high, because there is a lot of sugar in it. So I was like, okay. I really didn't think anything of it. I just thought, okay, there's a lot of sugar in it and I've ingested a lot. I just thought it was fine. I really did not realise how serious it was at the time. And she said, you know, how have you been feeling? And I explained that I'd been feeling dizzy and I've been feeling weak. And she said, that is what happens when you have high blood pressure, or it can happen when you have high blood pressure. To be honest, there is a lot of like high and low blood pressure in the family, so for me to have high or low blood pressure is not uncommon, but this was like ridiculously high. And she said, right, I'm going to get the doctor. So she went and got the doctor. I explained to him everything that had been going on, and I explained the Juice Plus thing, and he said, you need to stop taking this stuff right now before you die. And I was like, I still kind of didn't realise how serious it was. Obviously, I just thought, you know, he's been a bit dramatic. You know, a few capsules isn't going to kill me. But he said, you know, there's so much sugar in this. There's so much going on in your body at once. Your body cannot cope. You need to stop. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that the whole high blood pressure thing was down to the Juice Plus, but it was definitely a massive contributing factor. And he said, you know, if you do not stop taking this stuff, you will die. And because, you know, you're feeling so ill, you're so lightheaded, you will not function, you will just end up in a vegetative state, because, you know, you'll be so weak, you'll be so lightheaded that you physically cannot move, and obviously that's not good. So I was still a bit like, okay. I was still thinking it's a little bit dramatic. It was only really once I stopped taking it that I realised just how ill I felt. And I mean, there are so many different reasons why it made me feel so ill. The fact that there is a lot of sugar in it definitely doesn't help. And she, like, the nurse was like, you know, she said, are you on the shakes? And I was like, yeah. And she said, there's so much sugar in them. And the thing is, with like fruit and stuff as well, there's so much sugar in fruit as well. So to have like fruit smoothies all the time, that was also increasing my sugar. So it wasn't just the Juice Plus products. You know, it was the fruit, because I was eating a lot of fruit, right? So yeah, so it wasn't just the Juice Plus things, but, you know, it definitely was a contributing factor. And about a week after I had this doctor's appointment, I went on holiday, and for the first few days, you know, I struggled to do anything apart from, you know, we'd lay around the pool. You know, there was a lot of things that we wanted to see and things, but I just couldn't do it. I really struggled, and I feel like I kind of ruined the start of the holiday a little bit. I mean, in the end, I kind of had to force myself, because, you know, we were half a week in and we were only there for 2 weeks, and I was like, I can't carry on like this. This is just mad. Juice Plus could have killed me, I suppose. Juice Plus, the extra fruit, a whole combination of things. And like I said, you know, this kind of stuff might not happen to you. You might try it and it'll be fine, but I just needed to get my story out there, because you don't hear of the negative stories. And, you know, it's a shame it didn't work. It was a lot of money to lose, and for it to nearly cost me my life was really scary. And I'm still definitely not 100% back to myself. I have got rid of all the products. I sent a lot of them back and got my money back because I couldn't use them. It was a really scary time at the start of the summer for me. So yeah, I just thought I would share my story, and maybe you could learn a little bit from it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there because it's so draining to talk about. It's a period of this year that I kind of just want to forget. Yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you really soon with another one. Bye. they say some insane things. Like, I am sorry, this is purely my opinion, but I believe there is no way that taking a capsule full of fruit is gonna fix my depression. No, if that was the case, then it would be a standard medication. So it clearly doesn't. This really winds me up, because they are saying that they can cure chronic illnesses. They can cure mental health. No. Because they say that, they make you think that that's how it works, but that's not how it works. That is the one thing that I really dislike about this company. This is the one thing that really drives me mad. So, when I wanted to sign up, I spoke to the rep, and she was lovely, and I really don't have anything against her. I'm not going to name her because that's not fair, but I said to her that it was purely to get more not fit, because obviously I needed to do exercise for that. I just wanted to be more healthy. That is why I wanted to join up and sign up. And if she ever mentioned that it would cure my depression or cure my anxiety or cure my ME, I ignored that because I know it's bullshit. Like, I'm gonna call it as I see it. That statement is bullshit, and I know that that is just what they are told to say by their company, and the fact that this company is allowed to trade and still say that is quite frankly beyond me. But that's a whole other story. That is just bullshit. That is not what I'm talking about right now, but that is a massive issue, and that is just the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. And I see people who are like, oh yeah, I have anxiety, or I couldn't walk and Juice Plus cured it. No. I'm sorry, but no. You did that yourself because you are a strong person, and you worked so hard to get yourself in that position. Juice Plus, whether it's a rep or a customer posting this, that is irrelevant, but it doesn't. Juice Plus does not make your legs work. If that was the case, we would all be on it, but we're not. It just, that part of the company and the ethics behind that just really wind me up, because that is so unethical, and that is just the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. And I could go on about this for like 20 minutes, but I'm not, because that's not the point of this story. The point of this story is the fact that Juice Plus nearly killed me. But that's, anyway, let's get on to that, shall we? So, right, I wanted to get, I wanted to be more healthy. I wanted to just feel better about myself. It was never about, as I've mentioned just a little bit, it was never about curing my mental health and my invisible illnesses. That I knew that wasn't going to work. I have prescribed medication for that, and I have therapy and things like that. That is what will cure that. Some capsules or some shakes are not going to cure that. Sorry, but that's, I'm going to get sidetracked again, and it's going to really wind me up. So let's just move on. Right. That really winds me, I'm sorry, but that part just really winds me up, because that is false hope, and that is not fair. And the fact that reps are claiming that it's worked for them, no, you think it's working for you, but actually it's your hard work and your motivation that is making it work. Give yourself some credit.